Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we take stacks of incredible sources and really pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge to help you cut through all the noise out there. Today, we're embarking on a truly fascinating journey, I think. We're diving into Jay Shetty's Think Like a Monk. It's this book that, kind of remarkably, bridges ancient wisdom with our modern, often crazy lives. Our mission for you, our listener, is to understand how these principles, the ones usually practiced in ashrams, can actually bring peace, purpose, and calm into your everyday life.
Yeah, this deep dive isn't about suggesting you swap your suit for a saffron robe or anything. It's more about accessing a really powerful mindset. Jay Shetty himself, he made this radical shift, right? Left a corporate path, became a monk, and then maybe even more radically came back to the world to make wisdom go viral. That's his phrase. How did he pull that off? And what can you learn from his path?
Well, what's fascinating right from the start is a core idea. We usually look to, say, Michael Jordan for basketball skills or Elon Musk for innovation.
Right, the experts in their field. Exactly. But if you want to train your mind for peace, for purpose, well, monks are the experts there. They've been doing it for centuries. And science, kind of surprisingly, is starting to back this up. You see these studies, like the ones on the Tibetan monk Yonggi Mingyur Rinpoche.
Oh, yeah, I think I've heard about that. Brain scans during meditation.
Precisely, showing really remarkable brain activity, even signs of less brain aging compared to his peers. So it shows these practices, they aren't just, spiritual ideas, they actually have a biological impact.
That's compelling. And Jay's own story, it started when he sort of fell in love with this concept of selfless sacrifice after hearing a monk speak. He then spent, 4 years juggling these two completely different worlds.
Yeah, bars and steakhouses on one hand, meditation and sleeping on the floor on the other, a gradual immersion.
It sounds intense, but it led him to this core realization. Becoming a monk is a mindset that anyone can adopt. It's internal, not about the robes.
It's all about the internal shifts.
Okay, so if we want to start adopting this mindset, where do we even begin? Jay points to letting go. That's the crucial first step. He uses this really lovely metaphor, Your identity is like a mirror, but it's covered with dust.
Right.
And only when that dust is gone can you see your true reflection. He calls it Sito Darpanarjanam, the clearing of the mind's mirror.
And that's pretty much foundational across all monastic traditions, isn't it? Removing the distractions, getting rid of the noise that stops you focusing on what really matters.
It's not necessarily about giving up everything then.
Not at all. It's more about recognizing and consciously filtering out the noise of external influences so you can actually see if your values are genuinely yours.
That's a huge question, though. Where do your values really come from? Are they yours? Or shaped by, parents, teachers wanting praise, or what Jay calls the media mind game? Think about it. Celebrity gossip, images of success, scary news. It all subtly taints your values, doesn't it? With envy, judgment, maybe discontent. What's on your news feed is literally feeding your mind.
And it's tough because we're almost trained to fill every single moment. There's that striking study, University of Virginia and Harvard.
The electric shock one.
That's the one. Many people preferred a mild shock to just 6 to 15 minutes alone with their thoughts, just sitting there.
Wow. That says a lot.
It does. If you constantly fill your life, those distractions, they sort of become your values by default. They just take up the space.
Okay, so that's pretty stark. How can you, the listener, start to figure out what you truly value amidst all that? Jay suggests a couple of audits. Pretty revealing ones.
A time audit first, maybe?
Yeah, the time audit. Look at your phone's screen time report. Apparently, researchers estimate we spend over 11 years of our lives looking at screens, TV, social media.
11 years. That's staggering.
Isn't it? So the question is,
Yeah.
does your time, where you actually spend it, reflect what you say you value?
And then there's the money audit. Okay, take out the essentials, rent, food, whatever. What was your biggest discretionary spend last month? Does it line up with what you claim matters most?
He gives that example, right? Someone complaining about cost of kids' classes, but spending more on shoes.
Exactly. It's all in how you see it, he says. It's about that self-awareness first, seeing the mismatch.
It's confronting. Doing those audits really makes you see the default values that have crept in.
Absolutely. And monks, they make this distinction, don't they, between higher values, things like fearlessness, gratitude, service, compassion, determination, the things that lift us up.
And the lower ones.
And the lower values, greed, lust, anger, ego, illusion, envy, the ones that, pull us down.
But there's an upside.
Yeah, Garanga Das, one of Jay's teachers, apparently said there are always more ways to be pulled up than to be pulled down. There's always potential for growth.
So to make this practical for you listening, Jay suggests trying this. Past values. Think about 3 of your best choices and 3 of your worst. Why did you make them? What did you learn? How might you do it differently now? And then for the next week, before you spend money on non-essentials or plan your free time, just pause. Ask yourself, what's the value behind this choice?
That pause is key.
Definitely. Okay, so we're starting to clear the dust. What's next? Negativity seems like a big one.
Huge.
Jay talks about his time in finance, seeing these cancers of the mind, comparing, complaining, criticizing. They feel almost unavoidable sometimes.
They really do. But monk training has these powerful exercises like for criticism. For every negative thing you think about someone, write down 10 good things.
10, that's a lot.
It forces you to see that everyone is more good than bad, usually. And it helps reframe how you see yourself, too. It's about objective observation, detaching emotionally. Like the saying goes, don't judge someone with a different disease.
That detachment sounds crucial. And related to that is forgiveness. Emma. He talks about moving past conditional forgiveness, like, I'll forgive if they say sorry, to transformational forgiveness. Forgiving without expecting anything back.
Which is incredibly hard.
It is. But think of Pema Chodron, the Buddhist nun.
Yeah.
She eventually saw her ex-husband, after a really tough divorce, as one of her greatest teachers. That came from forgiveness. It's about freeing yourself, really.
Freeing yourself from the burden of holding on to it.
Exactly. And speaking of burdens, try this exercise, Jay suggests. Reverse envy. List 5 people you feel competitive with.
Okay.
For each one, what do you envy? Now, really ask, did their success take anything from you? How did it benefit them? Would you honestly snatch it away if you could?
Oof. Tough questions.
Right. Envy just steals your joy. It's a self-inflicted wound, as Jay puts it.
And often, underneath envy and judgment, there's fear, isn't there? Jay admits his own root fear was disappointing his parents.
I am afraid that I can't make my parents happy.
And fear, the sources say, can be a brilliant internal guardian, a warning signal.
If we listen to it correctly. Right, so how do we use it productively? Not let it paralyze us. I love that Biosphere 2 analogy. The trees needed wind to grow strong.
The stress made them resilient.
Exactly. The challenge is the stresses of change. That's the wind that makes us stronger. Think about Alex Honnold, the climber.
Yeah, free soloing El Capitan. Terrifying.
But he didn't just suppress fear, he worked through it. Expanded his comfort zone bit by bit, practicing relentlessly until the scary parts just weren't scary anymore. He faced it.
And digging deeper, monk wisdom points to attachment as the root of most fear. Our need to own, control, hang on to things, possessions, outcomes, even people.
The cure is
Detachment. But it's subtle. It's shifting from I'm afraid to I feel afraid. Recognizing everything is, in a sense, borrowed.
borrowed. How does that help?
It lessens the terror of loss. If you accept things are temporary, you can appreciate them more now without clinging so tightly. It brings a soaring sense of freedom, paradoxically, because attachment causes pain. The more we grasp, the more we are afraid to lose.
That soaring sense of freedom sounds amazing. But letting go of things we genuinely love or value, a career, a relationship that feels like loss, not freedom at first.
Right.
How do we navigate that initial pain without just becoming, numb or apathetic?
That's a great point. Jay clarifies detachment isn't apathy, it's wisdom. It's knowing that true, lasting happiness isn't dependent on those external things. It's cultivated inside. It's also about understanding why you do things, your motivations. He talks about 4 drivers: fear, desire, duty, and love, and warns against the maya of success, that illusion that external stuff, wealth, fame, equals happiness.
Like Jim Carrey said.
Exactly. I think everybody should get rich and famous so they can see that it's not the answer.
And the science kind of backs that up too, doesn't it? That Princeton study.
Right, the $75,000 figure. Money boosts life satisfaction up to a point, sure. But deep happiness, fulfillment, that comes from mastering the mind, connecting with your soul, not from just acquiring more stuff.
So a practical step here, Jay suggests, add to-bes to your to-dos. Look beyond your goals. Be financially free. Have a great relationship. Ask what character traits you need to be to get there. Disciplined, focused, passionate, calm, understanding. Linking the being with the doing. Exactly. It helps you dig down to the deepest why behind the want, connects your actions to who you're becoming. Okay, this is where it gets really juicy, I think. How do you find your dharma, your unique purpose. Jay insists it's not some hidden treasure hunt.
No, it's not out there. It's already woven into you, right?
Yeah.
Waiting to be uncovered.
And society often tells us to fix our weaknesses. But the monk approach.
Lean into your strengths. Sister John Chittister's quote is great. What I can't do is someone else's gift and responsibility. Focus where you naturally thrive.
It frees you up. Jay's own story shows this. From that talk nobody came to.
Yeah, to building a club, then teaching mindfulness in a huge stadium.
He learned to do his own dharma perfectly instead of trying to do anyone else's.
Yeah.
He followed his own path.
And the Bhagavad Gita offers a helpful framework here with the 4 varnas, or personality types. Creators, guides, leaders, makers.
These aren't rigid boxes, though.
No, not like castes, more like archetypes to understand your natural inclinations, your competence. Knowing your vana helps you focus your energy, invest in your strengths, Jay says, and surround yourself with people who fill the gaps. It's collaborative.
So how can someone listening start to figure this out for themselves? Jay suggests the reflected best self exercise.
Okay, how does that work?
Ask people who know you well, maybe 3 people, maybe 20, a diverse group, to describe a specific time they saw you at your absolute best.
Get feedback.
Look for patterns in what they say. Then write a little profile of your best self based on that. And a key question, how can you turn those skills, those qualities, into action? Now, this week.
I like that, grounding it in action. So beyond purpose, what about daily structure? Routines can feel boring.
But monks see them differently, right? Like a mental shower, cleansing, giving resolve,
Yeah.
waking up super early in the ashram.
The ungodly hour.
Yeah. It wasn't about punishment. It was about starting the day with peace, tranquility, before the chaos hits.
Which is the opposite of how many of us start grabbing the phone first thing. Instant overwhelm.
Totally. Jay suggests his TIME morning routine instead. Thankfulness, insight, meditation, exercise. Simple but powerful.
And crucially, he points out, your evening routine shapes your morning. What you do before bed really matters for how you wake up.
Good reminder. But what about monotony? Doing the same things?
Monks train to find the new in the old. It's about attention. Remember that UCLA study? Psychology professors didn't know where the fire extinguisher was.
Even though it was right there for years.
Exactly. We don't have a retention problem. We have an attention problem. We're just not present.
So to fight that, try this. Transform the mundane. Take washing dishes instead of zoning out with music.
Focus completely on the task.
Yes. All senses. Watch the grime disappear, smell the soap, feel the warm water. It's like that Zen saying. Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. The task is the same, but you are different. Your mind is present.
The practices in the mundane.
Exactly. Okay, so let's shift to the mind itself, the inner workings. Jay talks about the monkey mind.
Oh, yeah. Jumping all over the place. Supposedly 70,000 thoughts a day. Only present for like 3 seconds.
Constant chatter. So how do we manage that?
Well, the Upanishads give us that amazing analogy. The charioteer's dilemma.
Right. The body is the chariot.
Senses are the wild horses, mind is the reins, intellect is the charioteer.
And if the charioteer, the intellect is asleep.
The horses run wild, dragging the mind everywhere with fears, worries, negativity. The monk mind aims to be proactive. The intellect steers the senses away from the triggers, takes charge.
That's such a powerful image. And a key job for the charioteer is rewiring those self-defeating thoughts, isn't it?
Absolutely. We all have them. I'm not good enough. I can't do this. It's like a default setting for many.
So how do we change the setting?
Instead of focusing on failures, amplify progress. Reframe it. I can't do this. Becomes, okay, how can I do this? Or what steps do I need to take? I'm bad at this. Becomes, I'm learning, or I'm putting in the time to get better.
It shifts from victim to agent.
Yeah.
Takes responsibility.
Exactly. It's solution-oriented.
So here's something to try.
Yeah.
New scripts for the charioteer. Write down your usual negative self-talk.
Okay, get it out
Then
then.
right next to it, write how you'd say that same thing to someone you really care about. Like, you're scared might become, hey, it's okay to feel scared. How can I help you work through this?
Turning criticism into compassion. Self-compassion.
Precisely. Which leads us nicely into the ego, doesn't it?
The ego. Jay calls it a mask. An inflated identity we create to look good, knowledgeable, accomplished.
And the Bhagavad Gita distinguishes the real ego, our essence, from the false ego, which is like...
Paper armor. Easily wounded. Fragile. It's not who you truly are.
It reminds me of Julia Gayloff's soldier versus scout mindset. The soldier defends, the scout investigates. Ego is often the soldier.
Defending its territory, yeah. And it isolates us, makes us feel entitled. But even Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., at home, he's just asking about the cat, right? Did you let Monty out? We're all just people.
Grounding. So the antidote is humility.
Humility, seeing the middle ground, accepting you're great at some things and not so good at others. And those simple menial tasks in the ashram, they built character, freed up mental space.
Yeah, and that practice. 2 things to remember, 2 things to forget.
Oh, that's powerful. Remember the bad you've done to others and the good others have done for you. Forget the bad others have done to you and the good you've done for others.
Wow, that really flips the script on resentment and pride.
It's a recipe for inner peace, really.
So connecting all these inner shifts, how do they ripple outwards into our connections? Jay really hammers home gratitude.
He does. And Dr. Doraiswamy at Duke even said, if thankfulness were a drug, it would be the world's best-selling product. It's that beneficial.
Monks aim to be grateful for everything, even the tough stuff.
That's the goal. Jay suggests when things don't go your way, try saying, there's more for me out there. Shifts the energy from disappointment to possibility.
That's useful reframe. And here's an exercise. Gratitude in hindsight. Think of something you definitely weren't grateful for at the time. A stressful job, a breakup.
Something difficult.
Right. Now look back. How did it actually benefit you? Help you grow? Find the hidden gift.
Finding meaning in the struggle. And gratitude and kindness, they feed each other, don't they?
Totally symbiotic. Kindness breeds kindness. Studies show generosity is literally contagious.
It creates ripples.
And the highest purpose for monks seems to be service. Seva.
Selfless service. Gauranga Das's quote again. Plant trees under whose shade you do not plan to sit, serving beyond your own immediate benefit.
And service isn't just charity work, is it? It transforms us, turns negativity into gratitude, gives perspective.
And crucially, you don't need to quit your job to serve. Serve within your dharma. If you're a musician, serve with music. A coder, serve with code. Think of Kailash Satyarthi, the activist.
Nobel laureate.
Yeah, his globalization of compassion. He served through his specific passion and skills, and the impact is immense.
So for you listening, serve the pain that you know best. Think about times you felt lost or needed help. What was that pain?
Connect personally.
Then find a cause or charity related to that pain and see how you can help using your unique skills, your dharma. It connects your story to a bigger purpose.
That's really meaningful. What about relationships? Always a big area.
Huge. Jay talks about the circle of love. Whenever you give out, you eventually get back. Maybe not from the same person, but it comes back.
Like an energetic principle.
And for trust, he uses the 4 C's. Competence, care, character, and consistency.
The 4 C's. But he also says no one person can be perfect in all 4, right?
Exactly. Set realistic expectations. And make your own family broaden your support network beyond just blood relatives.
Build your tribe.
And for romance. His advice is basically, be the person you would want to date. Focus on quality, presence. Handcuff attention thieves, put the phone away during quality time.
Be fully present. That's rare today.
It really is. And keep love alive, not just by repeating old memories, but by creating new ones. Serve together. Find the new in the old routines. Try new things.
Keep it dynamic. And if heartbreak happens...
The spot, stop, swap method. Spot the emotion, feel it fully, stop and learn from it. And swap negative thoughts for belief in your own worth before jumping back into dating.
It comes back to attachment again, doesn't it? Attachment causes pain. The more we grasp, the more we are afraid to lose.
It really does all tie together.
Yeah.
Okay, we have covered a lot of ground here.
We really have.
Understanding the monk mindset, clearing the dust, tackling negativity, finding your dharma, structuring your day, taming the inner critic, deepening connections through gratitude, service, love. It's a lot.
It's a lifelong practice, isn't it? Not a quick fix.
Definitely. And the goal isn't perfection. I love how Jay puts it. Life is not going to go your way. You have to go your way and take life with you.
Acceptance and agency.
Yeah. The monk mindset means recognizing that the best approach is to remain a student. Keep learning, keep applying these tools.
With humility and curiosity.
So for you listening, here's a final, maybe provocative thought to take with you.
Yeah.
In any moment today, any decision, any challenge you face, just pause and ask yourself, what would a monk do in this moment?
That's a powerful question.
It can be a really simple but effective guide, can't it? Help you find a bit more peace, purpose, fulfillment, one mindful choice at a time. Thanks so much for joining us on The Deep Dive.